Hey there, Dr. Mark here, and today I'm going to show you 10 ways to make money in your nutrition coaching business. Now, over the last year, I've shown you step by step how to start and grow a nutrition coaching business, revolving mainly around one-on-one nutrition coaching, working with clients directly in a one-on-one setting. But here, that may not be for everyone. And there may be other ways to make money in your nutrition coaching business in addition to one-on-one coaching. Today, we're going to talk about those, starting with a super simple way and ending with one that makes my clients an extra $1,000 every single month. So stay tuned for that. Number one, we're going to start with writing. Writing is an amazing alternative to nutrition coaching and applying what you know. It can be really profitable when done correctly. And if you really love learning about the science of nutrition and researching different topics and communicating what you find, writing might be right for you too. And maybe you're coming to realize that you really don't like working with clients and dealing with them and the customer service aspect that comes along with coaching. That's totally fine, and you can still be involved by getting paid to write about nutrition. There are so many different publications and websites looking for people to write about topics in nutrition. Write a few polished pieces and create a portfolio, and then you can start approaching different publications to write for them and get paid doing it. Maybe you start doing this for free, but there's no reason why you're not getting paid $250, $500, even $1,000 per piece as you get more experience. In the coaching world, we do need to use social media to find new clients and bring them to us. In the writing world, you'd have to find a lot less clients, or when you get good, they'll come to you. So you might not have to do anything at all to promote your work on social media like you do in the coaching world. One of the huge perks of writing is that your pieces of work can last a lot longer. In the social media world, we post something and it gets a little bit of traction, but then it typically goes away or is forgotten. If you want to write things that are seen and last longer, then writing might be for you. Now, you don't need to do this for someone else if you don't want to. You can create your own website with your own focus or niche, but generally there are plenty of opportunities to write for others. Many Dr. Mark Method graduates have went on to write for bigger publications like Feast Good, for example, in addition to their actual nutrition coaching. Now, there are various forms of writing, and another one that I wanted to highlight is blogging. Blogging is a little bit different in my view because you're typically not writing for the sake of writing and knowledge, you're writing to be found. And when things are gaining traction and being found more often, it's really good at generating ad revenue, which can be a great way to make passive income and is a lot different than working with clients. Now, if you're gonna go the blogging route, it's a good idea to get a sense of what people want to read about through what questions they're asking and learning more about what they search for. So you can write about topics based on that versus topics that you're interested about. One completely free course that I've went through in the past, namely in periods when I was sick of social media, is the AREPS Complete Blogging course, which I'll include a link to in the description below. There you can learn a little bit more about how to write about nutrition topics that get found, so you can blog your way to nutrition coaching growth. Now, switching gears a little bit, I want to highlight another form of nutrition coaching that you may not have considered, and this is number 3, group coaching. Now, if you're getting more experience in learning how to handle specific problems and get results for a specific type of client, you may be able to package the knowledge base of what you know into some modules that clients can work through on their own. And you can do all the coaching and answer all the questions in a group format. Getting everyone together at a weekly time on a video-based platform like Zoom is really good for this. You've now streamlined all of the coaching component to around 1 to 2 hours per week, so it's really effective for your time. Now, outside of it being more scalable and effective for your time, there's another big advantage to group coaching, and that's in groups of people that really enjoy a community aspect. They want to be around others that are going through the same thing as them, learning from them and sharing that experience. If you're working with a group of people that enjoy that aspect, then group coaching might be right for them. Now, that isn't for everyone, but I do know that there are groups of people that come back to group coaching for that and that only. One of the best ways to figure out if this is right for you and your clients is just to ask your community. Then you can start to build your business around a group coaching offering. But we can take this even a step further if we want to take you and your coaching out of the process. And that's to create number 4, a course. Now, for some more advanced coaches that know a research and topic area really well, sometimes they suggest creating a course. This is more knowledge-based versus application, meaning your clients are going to work and read through more things than they are necessarily applying it. But this is a really good option for nutrition coaches and professionals that don't want to be as involved in coaching, but still like creating things. Now, from the business perspective, this is going to be more passive, but you're still going to be selling it to consumers, so you will have to interact and communicate with them. One thing I will suggest though is that if you're thinking about creating a course because you want to have a lower ticket offering that doesn't cost as much money, because, and this is the important part, because you're afraid of selling things, that I wouldn't suggest you go down the course route. Work through the steps of doing some one-on-one coaching, getting a better idea of what problems a specific type of person has, how to solve those problems, and then create a course around that. That is what is going to set you up for success within a course format, and why I suggest this route for more advanced advanced coaches. Now, at this point, if you're wondering about what the right business idea is for you, take comfort in knowing that you do have time to figure this out and you will figure it out. It may just take some trial and error. So try it out, give it enough time to figure it out if it's actually working, and recalibrate and pivot if it isn't. For a course, usually you create modules and deliver them on a teaching platform like Kajabi or Teachable or Thinkific. And usually these modules are some combination of video-based and seminar slides and you talking over and presenting the material. But if you just want to stick with writing, there's a different way of presenting and delivering this material, and that's number 5, an ebook. If you like writing but want to make money more immediately through a more traditional direct sales format, meaning people will actually purchase that from you, then creating an ebook might be the right move for you. When considering different nutrition business ideas, you want to think about what you enjoy doing and how you want to actually deliver it, as well as what kind of time you have and what kind of money you want to make. Because here's the deal, most ebooks are going to cost anywhere between around $20 to $50 to sell. And if you do some quick math, you're probably starting to realize that you're going to need to sell a lot of $27 ebooks to make a full income. This doesn't make the task impossible, but you do need to be realistic. You may not know this, but I actually published an ebook called Way of the Weigh-In for 2-Hour Weight Class Sports. And this was back in 2017. And since that point, I've sold nearly 1,200 copies of the book for around $20 Canadian. So it's not a huge amount of money, but what it did do was funnel powerlifters towards my one-on-one nutrition coaching. So it may be worth it to have a medium to high ticket offer to sell to these clients after they made the first purchase, especially because they will need more help applying what they're learning. But if you do want to create a low ticket offer that's like less than $100 without having to sell to anyone that you have to talk to, then an ebook might be the right move. This is probably a good time to talk about some pricing strategy around these different streams. So we just talked about the ebook, which is a low ticket offer. It doesn't involve you having to talk to anyone to sell it to them. These are typically less than $100. If you think about some consumer decisions you make, like buying shoes, for example, you don't put tons of thought or energy into deciding if you want to make a $100 decision. You see something that you like, you think about it, it's at the correct price, and you purchase it. But as things get more expensive, you start to behave differently. If you were to buy a bike that is something around $1,000, you would read reviews, you'd consider different options. Maybe you wouldn't test drive it, but you would do some research before you purchased it. But now think about a car that could be tens of thousands of dollars. You typically are going to talk to someone before you buy it, you're going to go see it, you're going to test drive it. You're going to do all of these things before you buy that car. Think about this as you're designing products for your nutrition coaching business. We have an ebook over here, we have group coaching in the middle, and we have high ticket one-on-one coaching. You want to think about the differences in prices of these products before you pick a lane. And you'll set yourself up for success by making sure that your interest and skill set falls in line with whatever path you choose. Maybe you don't even want to create anything yourself. Let's talk about some options and ideas for that. Number 6, think about selling products or supplements. If there's a product or compound or supplement that you really believe in, that you use, you should consider selling it, especially if you're already recommending it to people anyway. There's a bunch of different ways for you to be involved in the actual sales process. You could go as far as actually working for a company, but you could also promote a discount code and make money that way, or do something even simple and partner with a brand and do a giveaway. Once you get good at this and do it more often, you can start to put together a package for collaborations and make the negotiation process much more streamlined and effective. This is usually best suited for someone that has a larger audience, but if you like different products from different companies, you can also go the low tech route and just create an Amazon storefront. There's a bunch of different ways to make money in your nutrition coaching business through selling products, and it doesn't have to require a bunch of your energy, but this next idea will. Number 7 is going to be a conference. This is a huge undertaking, but there are big businesses built around events. If you're a social butterfly with a big vision, you like putting things together and are detail orientated, then something like a conference or an event or an expo might be right for you. There are so many ways to make money in this business stream through ticket sales, VIP passes, exhibitors. This is a real business idea for people in the nutrition and wellness space. Keep in mind, this stuff doesn't need to be in person. You could take it all online. I think one of the biggest take-home points here is thinking about stuff you enjoy doing and your skill set and making sure you align a business idea with that. Now, one idea you will need to execute in person is number 8, a meal prep service. Now, if there is one type of business that has a tendency to fail or not do well, it's the restaurant business. And they tend to fail for the same reason a lot of nutrition coaching businesses fail. You have this great idea, but a lot of times it's based on your interest and your passion, and you don't put enough energy into really researching if people want it. Then you put your life savings into creating a new restaurant, and then just sit there and hope that people will come in and eat. There's a way around all of this, especially if you're in the nutrition space. You could take orders in advance for pre-selected meals, get people to buy them, and then fulfill on them. So much less risk risk and so much more potential for success. Plus, how often do you eat out at a restaurant? Maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks? But you typically eat a meal at least 3 times a day. There's a much bigger potential for you to sell more meals. I love this idea, and this is actually why I did it back in 2015 in a business called Swole Foods. I'm just really starting to realize how much stuff I've done. We created a meal-based subscription. People would buy 6 to 10 meals every week based on a month, and then we delivered them right to their doors. It worked really well. I stopped doing this because my nutrition coaching business took off, but it was really profitable. Now, one thing I wish I would have done much sooner in my nutrition coaching business is number 9, YouTube. I don't have many regrets in my nutrition coaching career, but not getting started on this sooner is one of them. I've spent so much time, considerable amount of time creating free content on social media channels. But what if I created long-form video content on one channel and actually got paid for it? That's what's starting to happen now on YouTube. So if you have the gift of gab, you like making videos that they don't need to be super complicated, then YouTube might be the right move for you. But there is one idea that's even simpler, and I saved it for last because I've seen so many of my clients see great success and make money doing it. And that's number 10, a recipe book. As a nutrition coach, you probably have recipes that you suggest and you try to your clients all the time. All you need to do is package it together in one cohesive book, even with a Canva template, and start to sell it that way. The wild thing is these recipes don't need to be anything special. You just need to have some healthy recipes that help solve a specific problem for a specific type of person. That's when it works really well. And this is just classic marketing, which is that in a business sense, it's always smart to give people what they want. And in this case, it's that they want recipes. That might not be what they need. They might need the actual application. They might need the knowledge. They might need the coaching, but that's okay because this is what they want. Dr. Mark Method rockstar Katana has created multiple versions of her recipe book, and she can't print enough of these things. This recipe book has added $1,000 a month to her revenue and is also a great segue into her one-on-one coaching. Now, this is another thing to think about with a lot of these products is now you have something else to leverage. You have a product, you can use it and package together in a giveaway, or you can just use it as a low ticket item to promote your one-on-one coaching. And that's it, folks. 10 ideas to make money in your nutrition coaching business right now. Now, as great as all those tips are, if you're really serious about starting a nutrition coaching business, the next thing I'll have you do is check out this video I've linked up right here. I'm going to show you and highlight some huge changes in the nutrition coaching space so you can land more clients and get them better results right now. So make sure to check it out, and I'll see you in the next video.